You ready?
Go. Promise you'll have the audio to me. Okay, well, I think I got all of it. Let me see if your mic is on.
Check 1, 2. Audio coming in.
Can you hear my mic?
Recording in progress.
1, 2, check.
The host now. Meeting is being recorded.
Getting the AV dialed in.
Oh, I think we got it.
Click on the arrow on the road in here, click,
There's,
and then,
yes,
yeah, and then click.
yeah,
Okay.
it's there.
And you're picking the right.
Yep, yeah,
line.
yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah.
It's ready.
Ready to go.
Yes, it is being recorded.
Okay, sorry for the difficulties. I'm calling the Wednesday, March 4th, regular Board of Commissions meeting to order. We'll do a roll call to establishment quorum.
Commissioner Miller, present.
Commissioner Chuck, present. We have a recognition and proclamation here. We have someone to come up and. Good morning, welcome. Please make sure your mics are on.
It looks
Cool.
like they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
the red button at the bottom. Yeah, needs to be on.
Yeah, it's on. Okay.
Awesome. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Please go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. My name is Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. My name is Sarah Hurd. I am the Health Promotion Program Manager for Lincoln County Public Health.
My name is Isna Wukas. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the health promotion specialist with Lincoln County Public Health.
Morning.
Morning.
And typically it's read first.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
we can-
Commissioner Miller, would you like to read?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
All right.
It's just fine. It's fine.
Just wait just a moment. Okay, hang in there. We'll get this figured out. Just want to make sure we get this streaming, everyone, so, everybody at home can come
Roll.
along for
This
the
is-
ride.
Yes.
Go to the touchpad.
Yes.
Go to cameras.
Yes.
I'll go back and forth.
Hang in there, everyone. We'll get there in just a sec.
That's it. Yes.
There we go.
Show yourself. Let us know how it turned out. Yeah, it's like it's blurred out the background. What is going on here?
So you got a friend with you back there, Lola? Yes.
Setting.
So if you can hear us or online, we are going to start the proclamation in just a moment. And we are just making sure we get our audio video dialed in. Looks like we're getting there.
we'll talk about that.
We good?
I think we're good now.
All right. Please go ahead, Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, everyone. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there. And in the matter of proclaiming March 2026 to be Problem Gambling Awareness Month in Lincoln County, take off my glasses here. Whereas problem gambling is a public health concern that can affect individuals, families, workplaces, and communities. And whereas gambling can impact a person's financial stability, relationships, mental health, and overall well-being. Whereas anyone who gambles can be at risk for developing a gambling problem, regardless of age, background, or income level. Whereas Oregon is dedicated to reducing the negative effects of gambling for all Oregonians through policies and systems to support prevention, education, awareness programs, treatment, and recovery support services. Whereas free confidential help is available through Oregon's Problem Gambling Helpline. That's 1-877-MY-LIMIT, ensuring that individuals and families can access support regardless of ability to pay. Whereas prevention, education, early identification, and access to treatment and recovery support services are essential components of a healthy and resilient community. Whereas problem gambling is treatable and a treatment is effective, minimizing the harm to individuals, communities, and society as a whole. Whereas Problem Gambling Month provides an opportunity to raise awareness about the signs of problem gambling, promote responsible gambling practices, and highlight the availability of free, confidential help and treatment services. Now, therefore, we, the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners, hereby proclaim March 2026 to be Problem Gambling Awareness Month in Lincoln County and encourage the community to learn the warning signs of problem gambling, support prevention efforts, and share information about these available resources.
Thank you so much. Like I said, my name is Isna Wakas, and I'm honored to be in front of the Board of Commissioners to talk about problem gambling in Lincoln County. So the proclamation is to declare March as Problem Gambling Awareness Month. In Oregon and Lincoln County, we use public health approach that combines prevention, harm reduction, and multiple levels of treatment, focusing on quality of life, issues for gamblers, their family, and communities. I also want to talk a bit about the work we're doing for problem gambling in Lincoln County. On the prevention side, we're currently working to bring awareness on problem gambling and learning about the readiness of our local community through the Community Readiness Assessment. In this assessment, we're conducting formal interviews with various community leaders in Lincoln County. Our hope is that through these interviews, we can understand the range of communities' awareness and readiness to address problem gambling and use local input to guide future plans and strategies. Through this, we also hope to develop a strong partnership with our local community organizations. From our certified gambling addiction counselors, I would also like to add that problem gambling is a serious and often hidden addiction and must be recognized as a public health issue. Research shows that 1 in 5 individuals struggle with problem gambling, attempt suicide, and one of the highest rates among addictive disorders. It causes severe emotional, financial, and relational harm, and frequently co-occurs with substance use disorder and various psychiatric disorders. Individuals affected often have poor health and face legal problems, bankruptcy, divorce, and even incarceration. Here in Lincoln County, we have 2 certified gambling addiction counselors who provide free treatment for individuals experiencing problem gambling or gaming, as well as support for loved ones. Raising awareness and ensuring access to care can truly save lives. And finally, I would like to mention that individuals can access free help and resources by calling the 1-877-MY-LIMIT, which is 1-877-69-54648. This is a free and confidential resource that ensures individuals and families have access to support regardless of their ability to pay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah, do you have anything to say or?
Yeah, no, I just, well, one, I'm here, for support for Isna who does the work, and she's really doing a great job reaching the community. Additional work that just happens through the program is that each outreach engagement event that we're at, we have materials available. We're available to talk to people. We do quarterly mini health fairs at Angel Job Corps, where she just gave a presentation about gaming and the connection to gambling to some of our young adults and some students there, which was well received. So we do the education opportunities when we can and make sure that folks know the resources that are available.
Thank you, Commissioner Miller. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'd like for you to talk a little bit about the gaming connection. I have a 15-year-old at home. He's a gamer. In your discipline, where do you see things going to help people? Do you have that crossover where you see previous gamers that have gone into gambling and talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So the way a lot of gambling things show up in gaming is usually like video games that have like loot boxes. Sometimes they have like a random spin the wheel that basically gets people like more coins or diamonds that they can use for stuff like that, for like just spending more time on the game itself. We've also noticed games also have like penalties for like not missing logins. Where they're like, hey, you haven't logged in like an hour, or like, where are you? And basically just keeps them even more engaged within the game itself. That can increase their screen time and just like time that they spend on in front of the screen. So a lot of the activities that I've recommended students to kind of work through is alternating between high dopamine activities and low dopamine activities. So video gaming, you're exposed to like a lot of colors, a lot of like high dopamine. You get a lot of high dopamine from it. So it's good to balance it out with like reading a book or like doing like screen-free activities, just going for a walk or calling a friend. That was a couple of recommendations that I gave to the students. And then reducing your screen time was also it's also a pretty helpful factor, where just removing the tools that might get you onto gaming. So like laptops are like in a different room compared to your already existing room. So keeping that space between those two spaces can also help. And then just being aware of different like gambling addictive activities like loot boxes and a lot of video games, like I mentioned. Like the way that they kind of guilt you into spending more time is kind of like what we want to try avoiding, or just being more aware that it exists. So I think just being awareness of it can help people kind of mitigate those effects. Like, okay, yeah, this game is making me like spend actual money on this. I should probably not do that, or like let me find out another way to get the end to the end point as possible in another way. And then especially if some games have like multiple never-ending levels that can keep someone like really, really engaged into it. And they end up spending like less time outside of the gaming space. That's also something to look out for. So yeah, that's pretty much what we talked about with students.
Thank you. Yeah, just a few more questions. The correlation between, community health, financial health, where does that play for individuals that you see that are just really trying to get ahead versus that gamification and how that overlaps too? Because I assume as it is more difficult for us, say financially, sometimes we're looking to gambling to help us get ahead. That must happen, right?
Yeah. And I think one of the things that Sarah's also mentioned before is like setting time limits can also help a lot of individuals. Kind of like, so saying like, I'm only spending like an hour, like 30 minutes on this. And if I go over that, like I should probably stop. So kind of like understanding setting those guidelines for yourself can really help within that space. Cause yeah, it can become like a financial burden if people spend like all of their paycheck on this. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That's all for the
yeah.
moment.
So, one thing that I've seen is you have gambling sites sponsoring events now, and how is that working into your educations, and how it's very hard, much harder these days to separate those things, and how is that working into your education?
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's pervasive, it's everywhere. So like any potential addiction is being aware of those early signs and symptoms, those things that are impacting your life, your relationship, your personal finances, and then knowing that there's help. There's a lot of opportunity for people to be exposed in new ways. Gambling certainly is not new. It's just digitized. It's always in the favor of the house or whoever's holding the purse string on the other end. They're going to make money. It's obviously a big money maker. So when we're doing education like this, especially with youth, that's one of the things that we're talking about, is just breaking it down that it is fun and they want your money. And so at the end of the day, they're going to get it. So understanding that awareness and having those activities that are pro-social and outside of the screens, to be able to intentionally look at how you're going to spend your time. So there are tips for how to gamble safely. Things like putting a dollar limit, looking at your budget. What can I afford to lose? What am I okay spending? Putting the time limit on it. So if you are actively gaming, then when the time is over, then you don't stay so long as to lose all of your funding or lose all of your time or lose the relationships. So those are conversations that we're having with young people.
Thank you. And for parents out there, what are some of the warning signs? I mean, if you see your children doing this, I mean, they might be spending their discretionary money, and you don't want to invade too much on their lives, but you also want to make sure that you're monitoring what they're doing, making sure they're being smart with their money and their decisions.
Yeah, start with having conversations and having open conversations. When you're looking for teens can be challenging. Early signs could be normal behavior change with growing up. They retreat to their room. You don't see them for hours. But talk to them. What are they doing? Are they in composing music, playing with, writing a novel, or are they gaming and spending all of their funds with their buddies online? Like, just being able to have those kind of conversations is really important. And to watch, without going into bank accounts. I mean, certainly some families can do that, and it depends on what age we're talking about, but having those kind of conversations in the home about finances and about budgeting, and starting young, have that available so that they know that this is just something that we talk about in our family.
Thank you, Commissioner Miller. Any other questions or?
No, thank you. Thank you so much. Awareness is obviously key. So maybe just kind of to wrap it up for somebody who's hearing this now, or if you live in Lincoln County, what would be a few of the best, most immediate things you could do to reach out for help or more guidance?
Yeah, I think again, it's like the 1877 my limit phone number would be the way
Okay.
to reach out for help. There's also, if you go to the Oregon Problem Gambling Resource.org, they have a little kind of test, or not test, but like kind of a survey to see if you could qualify for a problem gambling, or if it's a gambling disorder. So you can say like, it basically goes over like how often do you gamble? Have I gambled like within the next last 12 months? Stuff like that kind of help you kind of scale like where you are on this. And according to that, there is help available through the resources.
And then, of course, locally through Lincoln County Behavioral Health, the adult behavioral health, we have Asuza and Paul, who both are certified in providing supports. So we have the in-person local as well.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you do, and make sure we can get more information out there to the residents. Commissioner Miller, I'll take a motion to approve the proclamation.
Okay, well, I will second that motion. All in favor of proclaiming March 2026 to be.
Commissioner Miller, can you make the motion?
Oh, yeah, I'll make the motion that we approve proclaiming March 2026 to be Problem Gambling Awareness Month in Lincoln County.
Thank you. I'll second that motion. Any further discussion?
Nope.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you for your time.
Proclaimed it. Thanks. Yeah. Good job.
All right, next we'll move on to the adoption of the consent calendar. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Yes, I would move to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Thank you. I'll second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. All right. Next, we have no public hearings, no public discussion, decision, and action. So, Commissioner Miller, it's been 60 days since the passing of Commissioner Hall. I think that we need to move forward with this, and I think that's something we owe to the people. What I would like to do today is see if you have two names we are willing to put forward for interviews.
Okay, just get situated here. Can we recap first before we move forward where we are at statutorily? What did we decide was the correct reading of statute in our situation? Council Yule, can you update us on that?
So as I've indicated multiple times over the last few months at the meetings, my reading is that you are required, you must fill the vacancy. It's a shall, so under 236, 210, the two remaining commissioners shall appoint a person to perform the duties of the office. So as Commissioner Chuck has indicated, it's been 60 days. It's irrelevant at this point regarding how much time has passed. The 30 days has passed, right? It's now 60 days. So under statute, under 210, you're required, it's a shall appoint. You're the remaining two board members, there's a quorum. So pretty simple.
Okay, and Commissioner Chuck, we both had 5 last time we gathered. We didn't have any matches. Are you suggesting then that I just pick 2 for final interview at this time and that you pick 2 as well? Do you want me to pick my 2? You're going to pick 2 from mine? I mean, any thoughts on this?
No, I think you should submit, put up 2 names, and I'll put up 2 names, and then we will have staff work on a set of pertinent questions and hopefully set up a work session within the next week or so and do interviews. Get this process going and basically get someone in this position.
Okay. So are you proposing then that we just interview 4 individuals?
That's it. Yes.
Okay, instead of 5. And then regarding questions, Commissioner Chuck, I really would like that to be something that we work through together and talk about, exactly what we see the work is of the commissioner, since we are doing it after all. You've just suggested that we have staff do that, but I really would like it to be a deliberate process that you and I vet together. Are you open to that?
I'm fine with moving forward with the way that we did it for my appointment and having staff do that. That way, it's done in a manner in which neither you or I has a say on it as far as the questions.
Okay. So I think we need some way to work through this then, Commissioner Chuck, because I see nothing that prohibits us from creating those prioritizations so that the community understands too, right? What do we see as the work being done? And look, if staff wants to propose some ideas, I'm open to that. But again, I think we need to make sure that we have some input on what constitutes that work. The previous questions I thought were very externally loaded. They did not talk a lot about the internal work that the commission does. And so I'm really wanting us to have balance in those questions because, as we move closer to this election, I mean, we are so close. I think in my experience anyways, I've seen people have misconceptions about what exactly is the responsibility of the commission. And as people are going to the voter box, we could certainly help them reduce the dissonance, right? By seeing us work through what we think the work is.
So the position that we'll be filling is just the vacancy, and that will be determined in November. So as far as the job, I think that these people who are being interviewed, they should know what's also part of the job, but we should also make sure that they're able to perform the functions. And in the past process, council and staff worked to look at what the job might entail and then ask the person those questions.
Council, you'll, what do you envision as, and how are you going to come up with the questions? Is this something that you're going to work on personally?
So Mr. Lip actually devised the questions last year, and he did that by just having the topic. So I'm not sure if you're saying that you should create the questions, or you're just asking for, can these topics be covered?
Yeah, I would like to, because last time I submitted questions that I thought were relevant for the candidates. Those questions did not appear on the list for the candidates. So, how we propose those to staff decides what they're going to be. Because, do either of you have any idea of how long we want the interview process to last?
So let's talk about the topic so quickly. So I think the reason why the commissioners should not be submitting questions is to protect the integrity of the process. I think it's fine for you to submit the topics, but specific questions that could perhaps be provided to certain candidates before the interviews would not be protecting the integrity of the process, right? So I'm just going to give an example of how it works for like a job interview. Is when candidates come and they interview the county, they don't know what questions they're going to be asked. And the reason for that is to protect the integrity of the process.
Yeah.
You don't want to give one candidate, right, an advantage over somebody else by having those pre-questions. They know what the questions are. So I think it makes sense if there's topics, right? And Mr. Lip could help design some of those questions. It makes sense to say these topics, I want, topics on maybe the climate, maybe climate change or the environment, sustainability. But for you both to have questions and say, well, I want these questions asked, that it kind of devalues the whole process of the interview, which, some candidates might have those questions, some might not be given those ahead of time.
Yeah, I gotcha. So as opposed to,
So are there topics that you want to be considered and have Mr. Lip devise those questions?
yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to just make sure that I submit them publicly. I guess I think you and I are just, philosophically on the different side of the spectrum on this. I think it's a community-driven process. I think everybody would benefit by knowing what the questions are, not that it's going to be something that just gets sprung up, right as they're here. I think give them time to look through what these are. And for us to talk about it, I think if we need to deliberate on it, that would be of value. So again, maybe put those, because, if you look at the proposed process that I wanted us to do, maybe we have this as a discussion item. Do you know when you want to do the interviews? Is there any sense of that?
We haven't
Right
agreed
now.
on anything yet, but
Can we talk about when we might want to interview these individuals? Like, let's look at the calendar
well,
here.
who are we going to interview first? Commissioner Miller?
Well, I think we can get there, but when would we propose doing the interviews? Can we get from ballpark here?
Prior to the next commission meeting, I would hope. We do have spring break coming up, so that's something we need to take into consideration.
Okay, so
So the week of March 16th,
next week possibly?
that's probably too quick for Canada. Jobs.
So are we thinking interviews on the 17th, on Monday, the 16th?
I would say sometime during that week, based on availability of myself and staff and yourself also.
Okay, so tentatively we will, and if you're out there, folks, Monday, the 16th, we would interview
Sometime during that week.
sometime during that week. Okay. sometime during the week. I think we could just go ahead and pick a date and shoot for it.
We
I
have
mean,
to,
if we're going to pick candidates.
we have to make sure
today-
the candidates are available too. They might have schedules. I mean, I think some of them also have jobs. So
I
make
understand.
sure they're available
Should we consider doing it in the evening possibly, or?
during the day or during the evening. We could be flexible on the time. Yes.
So if we could tentatively pick a time, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be hard to nail something that's perfect for everyone. But if we're going to interview candidates the week of the 16th, Council Yule, what would be your recommendation for which day would be best?
So if you were to schedule a work session, it looks like maybe could be the 18th in the afternoon, a work session.
Okay.
Or the 19th in the morning.
Okay. Okay. I think that gets us in the ballpark, right? So we will do final interviews. I'm not final interviews, I guess, but just interviews.
Preliminary interviews. Yes.
The 18th or the 19th, possibly the 18th in the afternoon or in the morning of the 19th. And to be clear so just bear with me in regard to the questions. Again, what are you two envisioning is how you would like it to be done?
You and I could submit topics.
Okay.
I think the staff should be able to devise those questions to narrow them down a little bit. I think that the candidates should be willing to come and answer these questions without at least knowledgeable of the subject that we're going to be asking on. To provide those questions beforehand would not be.
Okay.
Would,
So then, on the 18th Board of Commissioner meeting,
it would be a work session.
Yeah, perhaps we could just go over the topic areas.
What do you, I think we should just do topics.
Topics? Okay. Can I at least get your cooperation on the 18th to discuss the topic areas?
Before the interviews?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we would talked about submitting a couple topics to have Ken look into or staff and devise those questions and have those presented at the interviews.
Okay. Okay. So you do not want
this is a job interview, basically, and these people who have put their names forward to be interviewed in the past, they have some forethought or knowledge of what this job entails, and they should be able to come here and answer some questions that we put to them, and be able to provide some answers with us to hopefully make a decision.
Okay. It's a job interview.
Yes. And it is also our responsibility to appoint these people. And so we are going to be appointing them to a position that will be determined by the ballot in November.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for being very upfront about it, Commissioner Chuck. I think I am wanting this to be as much of a community-driven process. We're going to have an election very soon after this process. So, but I agree. Let's move it forward. Thanks for setting those tentative dates. Okay, let's talk about individuals to interview.
Okay. Do you have your list? Who would you like to,
Here.
who would you like to put forth?
Well, I know off of the top of my head here, I am going to put forth Chris Chandler. And I will also put forward Marcella Baker for two individuals to interview.
Okay. I will put forth Kristen Dawn and Mr. Harwell. And
There we go.
We can have council reach out to all 4 people and see if they are still willing to be interviewed.
Okay, there are our 4 individuals. Remember, everyone, tentatively, we're looking at the 18th or the 19th to have interviews with those individuals. Thanks for your patience on this, everyone. I know it's been quite a process, but I think we are getting closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And just to make sure that, we're being open with the public, that this
Mhm.
person, if they're running or they choose to run, they will only be in that office to serve the expired term, or sorry, the rest of Commissioner Hall's term if they are elected in November and certified after the election is certified. And that the person who's there does not have to run for election. They could just run until that position is decided by vote.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, Commissioner Chuck. And I think some individuals have withdrawn, at least what I have seen. When I look, like this morning, I took a look at what was available on the clerk section of the website to see, because I think to have individuals who have decided to file withdraw from the appointment process is, I'm not really sure if it's right or wrong, but I think that, gives me a little bit of clarity about who's doing what their intentions are. And I think it muddies the waters less personally. And I just kind of respect that to kind of create more clarity for us. So, yeah.
And the filing deadline hasn't ended, so there could be changes in that also.
Yeah.
And so
Right. So we could see.
I would like to thank you for your working with me on that, Commissioner Miller.
Yeah.
And I think that we have, so we're done? Are we going forward? Do we need a motion to go forward with this? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. So we have consensus. Thank you. We have 1 commissioner reports submitted. So on the 18th of last month, I attended the Inter-Community Health Plans Board of Directors meeting. Inter-Community Health Plan works with Samaritan Health as a coordinated care organization that worked with Oregon Health Association regarding the Oregon Health Plan. Commissioner Hall had told the board she was stepping down in October and recommended me for the opening. I had two meetings with the CEO, Bruce Butler, and an interview, and I was voted onto the board on the 18th. First meeting, just basically took it all in, listened, asked a few questions. The board received a report from the CEO regarding potential affiliation between Samaritan Health and Multicare, updated on financials, finance and the rate development process, report from the compliance director regarding their audits and a redesign of the compliance program. We got an update from government relations on pending legislation in the House, and the future of Medicaid and the challenges of providing healthcare to patients in an uncertain financial environment and regulatory environment. The one part of the board that was not being done in the past when Commissioner Hall was on there, they've expanded the scope to more actively and for the board members to more actively advise on providing health care to patients in our county. That's very important going forward. On the 20th, I attended the Confederated Tribes of Silet's Tribal Council meeting. I've been trying to attend one of these meetings in person for quite a while. The counties work closely with the tribe and the Tribal Council in the past. I just wanted to show up and let them know that we are still wanting to continue to work with them. They're also residents of Lincoln County. The council heard from staff, tribal members, discussed budget and other issues, many of the same subjects that we cover at our own Board of Commission meetings. After the meeting and during the breaks, I was able to talk to tribal council members about some concerns that they have and better ways and other things we can work together. Overall, it was a good opportunity to see how they govern and see what we share, and that we share many of the same concerns going forward. On the 20th, they also attended the Community Services Consortium Governing Board. Much of the meeting was on finance regarding potential requests for financial support from the three counties and different recovery scenarios for the consortium. We also discussed possible meetings with the counties to get more feedback to provide more information on that potential ask. On the 26th, we had the Cascade West Area Commission of Transportation. We had a presentation on the county safety corridor program, how to identify and implement a safety corridor if counties wish to do this. This is a voluntary program. The main goal is to increase safety, education. There have been pilot projects in Marion and Lane County with good results, reductions in fatal and serious injuries. We got an update on the statewide transportation improvement program. That's called STIP. That they use state and federal funding to do projects. They are going to see a reduction in funding in the years 2027 to 2030 that will lead to fewer projects being completed in the program. ODOT is also going to be closing out this program and transitioning to a capital investment program, which is a 10-year lifespan. Projects will be updated on a yearly basis as they are completed, or other ones rise to more importance. There are no projects in Lincoln County for 2027, 2028. They are going to be doing bridge painting on the Aquina Bay Bridge. We've received a presentation on the capital improvement program and the ACT role and the 10-year role in that program. They also give us a timeline, the process, and how to inform ODOT on our recommendations from our ACT, which is Lynn, Benton, and Lincoln County. We received criteria of the projects and guidance and how to identify projects for us to submit to April of this year. So thank you very much. That was my report, and I will move on to.
Wait, Commissioner Chuck, just a question for you on how you want to approach CSC. You know, we were both at that governing meeting. Any next steps in your mind?
Basically, they're going to be reaching out to us and working with to the commissions and seeing going forward. I think that the next meeting that we're going to have another update on it. So at this time, I have no idea on how to work with them because we don't have all the information.
Okay. And can I just make a point of clarity for folks in the audience? Commissioners' reports require the report to be filled out by Thursday at 4. Is that correct?
Yes.
I did not do that. I have things I would love to update you on, but I just didn't turn that form in on time. So anyways, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Next, we'll go to public comment. So before we go on to public comment, I just say that these meetings are county's business meetings where we've contracts and other legally required materials to attend to. We allow public comment at these meetings on any matter, though there are other ways for the public to provide input to the board, such as email, calling us, sending, and talking to staff. It has become apparent that public comment has been used for personal attacks. Personal attacks will not be provided. It's a violation of the rules we adopted, and you will forfeit your time to speak if you do so. So please follow the rules, and we will call the first one up here. We'll start with online comment. We'll start with Mary Infante.
Oh, she's right here.
You're doing it here in person.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for,
Please state your name for the record.
yes, Mary Infante. I live in Depot Bay.
Can you sit down, please?
And they can't sign up. Why is that? If we want to sign,
You sign up before the meeting, sir.
what if someone comes 5 minutes after the meeting starts?
You sign up.
You'd be able to speak.
You have to sign up before the meeting, sir. Thank you.
Why is that?
That is a procedure we have.
Okay, but why are you not allowing the public to speak?
You have to sign up ahead of time. Thank you.
And why is that?
You guys, we need to make sure that that's the process we have adopted. So please Can you please take a seat?
You're violating everybody's freedom of speech.
There are other ways to, there are other ways to contact the board. Thank you. All right, can we not have any comments from the public? Thank you.
So,
There, someone,
Comments from the public.
all right,
the
can
time,
we have order, please? Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Be ordered.
So
That's enough, sir.
my time is beginning now, right? It didn't
Yes,
begin before.
please state your name for the record.
Mary Infante of Depot Bay. And I'd just like to remind everyone that there are a lot of distractions and misguided information that's being substituted for actual factual information these days. And so much of it is for personal gain and for performance. It's unfortunate to see how this happens locally, including at this meeting. Lack of transparency allegations, for example, are made have been made at previous meetings when the work just needs to be done using the procedures and process at hand. It's indeed a distraction from the real work that has to go on to run the county. Yes, there do need to be improvements, and I hope that the BOC will return to opening up the channels to engage others to make necessary improvements. But making these changes and taking care of administrative work that can be done in private session should not happen at these meetings. Meetings should continue to follow the protocol of government meetings that address the business of the county. Making allegations demanding that certain administrative work be done during the meeting and how things should be done should not be part, again, of these meetings. That said, I think we can all agree that engagement is important, just not at the BOC meetings, as I mentioned, where time is limited and it requires that the commissioners report and make public their votes on county business. This would pertain to the agenda as well at the few city council meetings that I've attended. I often see that legal counsel is referred to. And so I appreciate that you take that time to ask legal counsel what the correct procedure is on something or for her interpretation on the Secretary of State rules regarding government meetings. So I just would like to urge members of the Board of Commissioners and members of the county to seek actual information, overlook performance, take a look at what procedures are in place and how things are supposed to be done. And thank you for continuing to work for the county and on behalf of the county. I hope to see that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Lola Grant, can you? She's online. We had a Lola Grant signed up.
What are the odds?
All right. Next, we have A.T. Ronan.
Casey,
Right.
I haven't met you before, Chuck.
It's Walter.
So, Walter, Chuck.
Thank you.
So I'm a concerned citizen and I'm a little confused, or I should say a lot confused, because I know when there was a position opening for the county commissioner that you, Walter, were appointed pretty quickly. And I'm just wondering, because there were over 20 individuals who cared enough about the county to apply for the position. And somehow there hasn't been an agreement between the two of you to come up with an appointment schedule and timeline. And as county commissioners, your job, I believe, is to serve the residents of Lincoln County. And without 3 commissioners to make decisions, it's a little difficult. So I would implore you, I understand that there's a March 10th deadline. So my inquiry is, if you do not appoint an individual from the candidates, then are we going to have no 3rd commissioner until January when the elected commissioners are appointed?
Yes, we need to appoint someone.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, we need to appoint someone. AC.
Yes. So what is, so I'm
This is
asking,
public
what is your
comment also.
timeline?
Yeah, we can answer that later, but this is just for public comment right now, not for questioning.
Oh, I don't get to ask questions. I just tell you what I think.
It's public comment. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so when are you? Well, that's kind of funny. So I'm totally confused because when do, you read the newspaper and you try to find out what's going on, and it's very confusing for residents because the county commission, you make extremely important decisions.
There's nothing that prohibits us from talking to you, AC.
What's that?
This is actually, this is public comment. Yes, but we can talk after the meeting to Commissioner Miller.
Okay,
with
so
her, yes.
that's my comment.
All right. Thank you.
Please make a decision soon,
Okay.
before March 10th.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks.
We have Rhonda Goki coming up, please.
Rhonda Goki, Cell Rock.
Thank you.
Aye.
This county is totally, it's obvious that it's dysfunctional. Totally dysfunctional. And it's actually a disgrace. You have a county legal counsel that's incompetently given you,
Ma'am, no personal attacks.
okay.
She has
And,
right to her opinion.
Can we not, can we not have any comments from the,
okay,
someone's up here speaking? Thank you.
it appears.
Excuse me, sir?
I didn't say anything.
Based on public comment, county council was notified that that the ordinance or the statute that she was referring to was not the correct statute. But she even doubled down, tripled
Ma'am,
down today.
ma'am. Can you direct your comments to the chair?
Okay. I'm informing you that she even tripled down today here at this meeting. And again, is giving you bad advice. Bad legal counsel, and she has a history of that. Are you guys still
Ma'am,
are you
ma'am,
guys still
ma'am,
under?
Can you please address the chair and leave the personal
I'm
comments out?
looking I'm trying to.
You
Well,
will forfeit your time.
I deplore, I am, as commissioners, this dysfunction needs to end. And if the county if I believe that you guys need to insist that she resigns. And if she refuses to resign, you guys
Ma'am,
need to relieve
ma'am,
her.
you're going to forfeit your time if you keep going on about staff.
What is going on? Let her speak.
Yeah, Walter, let her speak.
Right now, you guys need to salvage what's left of this county and do the right thing by the citizens of this county. And you being chumped is not a good look for you. You not being able to agree on transparency, sit down and discuss your what's in the best interest of this county. And just being a no, 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 Mr. Chuck, is a disgrace.
Thank you. Shireen Rowland. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
I push this button.
Needs to
red-
be red.
Is it on?
Is it lit up red?
Is it?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
ready.
should be fine.
You might need to lean forward.
Hello, Lincoln County Commissioners. Again, I am before you asking about zoning violations. I was here speaking my concerns in the year 2024 about a junkyard that was taking place in a residential a zoned residential neighborhood called Camp 12 Loop, my childhood neighborhood. Some of the residents have lived there since the early 50s. In 2024, there was over 75 vehicles on the property. Some of the the residents of said property was cutting these vehicles up for parts with oil and other contaminants mere feet from a small stream that runs into a tributary that is about 1,000 feet from the Siletz River. They were burning anything and everything at all hours, causing nearby neighbors massive headaches, and some were forced to leave their homes. Complaints have been filed at both the county and state levels. I asked the county commissioners to please attend our Save Our Neighborhood meetings being held at the Siletz Library. You, Mr. Miller, assured me that you would come. I put this on the flyer that was given out around the neighborhood and the community. You were a no-show.
That's not true.
This,
No,
excuse me, I'm still
You came to one of
speaking.
these
I am still
meetings.
speaking. It's my time. Thank you.
Yep. Let's,
There was 45 people attended that meeting. They were quite disappointed not to be able to speak with you. It was after that meeting that a few residents that were harassed and threatened by the junkyard resident and actual owner of the property, who turns out has several code violations in our county and continues to do so. He even showed up where one Camp 12 resident was employed and resulted in him losing his job. Second meeting, I said I was alerting the newspaper as to your actions of not showing up. And you showed up. You spoke for about 30 seconds, asked us to be patient and let the code zoning laws do their thing. And then you left. Well, at the time of that leaving, I was the one that rented the Siletz Library, so I was responsible in locking it up and making sure it was secured to leave. At that point, my car was blocked. My Navy SEAL 24-year combat veteran husband was trapped in the car while I was threatened. Well, I was threatened that they were going to come after me and my animals and livestock. I'm not mentioning names. I'm not stupid. That was a wrong move. Of course, you were already long gone. The other commissioners in the matter, Katie Jacobson and Claire Hall, all checked in on me. I heard crickets. I drove by the old neighborhood last week. It has been 2 years since I started to Save Our Neighborhood cause. I've been patient. The neighbors have been patient. The earth has been patient. There are now more cars there than ever. I was recently informed that the mayor of Siletz was told by you, Mr. Miller, that you would look into it after the election. Really? 209 months and 244 days away, you'll look into it. So, I would like to continue this as by saying that I have admired you, Commissioner Chuck, on how you have stayed by the rules, how you have asked to abide by the rules, haven't played word salad games and spoke to us like we didn't know the rules. And I would just like to hope that we don't wait 244 days to do something that you've already been given 2 years to do. That's all I ask.
thank you, Ms.
For
Rowland.
your time.
Next, we have Todd Holt.
Morning, all.
Good morning.
Morning.
Todd Holt, 2080 Southeast Alsea Way, the beautiful burg of Walport, Oregon. I'm here today to air some of my concerns. One of them is the current, I've been to most of the meetings for the last year, and we come to one consolidated conclusion that you commissioners are being led down a trail somewhere. I can't figure it out, but I'm coming here today to try to be a solution to you guys' problem. There's one common denominator that ends up here every time is county council. The thing is,
Mr. Holt,
what's
can
that?
you please address myself,
Okay,
address the chair,
Mr. Chuck,
and then
county
not,
council.
yes,
Okay.
and not staff.
Okay,
This is about, yeah.
okay. So here we go. The thing is I'm asking that you, Mr. Chuck, and you, Mr. Miller, take the position of eliminating the position of county council. Fire. Thank you and good day.
Thank you.
She's gotta go.
Are able to go after Miller, but they can't go after Yule or you. Like that woman
Ma-
just said
ma'am?
Miller, and you didn't say a
Ma'am. Daniel Wayne.
Morning, Council.
Good morning.
Name's Daniel Wayne. I am a resident of Wallport. I appreciate the time you're about to give me. Could I have your attention, please, Mr. Chuck?
Yep.
I'm going to address you directly. There are Oregon administrative rules which apply to you all's position. To the best of my knowledge, you are nonpartisan, correct?
Correct.
Good. So let's refer to those administrative rules. You're receiving counsel that there's a 30-day period in which you have to do such a thing. That is not true. That does not pertain to a nonpartisan position. If you were a partisan position, the reason you have 30 days is because if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, if you're an independent, the party chooses your replacement. You two gentlemen, and thank you, Mr. Miller, for being transparent. I've enjoyed seeing that you're talking to people. But Mr. Chuck, and I'm going to address you directly.
Sure.
When you receive poor counsel, as reported in the Lincoln Chronicle, that the 30-day time period, which I heard again today, is erroneous. So your counsel that you're receiving is not stating proper statute. So I would implore you to pay attention to your statutes and not rely on county council, because county council is giving you the wrong direction. The directive is upon you two gentlemen to collaborate, find a good fit that we can all agree on, and have a properly functioning council so folks like these don't have to come up here and chastise you because you don't listen. So just listen. Pay attention to your statutes, follow your statutes, and only apply the ones that pertain to your position, which is non-partisan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Chris Chandler. Good morning.
Didn't know
Morning,
you were out.
Commissioners. I'm here with my Oregon Coast Community College board member hat on. I'm just one of 7. We had some really great news lately, and I wanted to share it with you. One thing I love about this county, and do I have a limitation on time?
3 minutes. Yep.
Thank you. I love about this county is the fact that we work together, that so many groups come together and help each other out. The health districts support the hospital boards as an example. And so last week, the college board met with the school board, and we do that once a year. And it's a great opportunity, and especially to learn stuff we don't know. We don't have a huge amount of news media here. So one of my passions in community college work is dual credit classes and early college. And so last week, we got some great news, and I wanted to share it in a public venue such as this because it just doesn't get enough attention. Last year, we had 219 students earn 1,853 college credits with a 93% pass rate. And these are classes that are taken at the high schools and have extra work and extra test questions and things so that they can qualify for college credit from Oregon Coast. And students saved $286,000 last year by taking these classes without charge. Early college allows students, qualified students, juniors and seniors and homeschooled students to take up to 6 terms of tuition-free classes, 1 class per term for free. They do have to pay their fees and materials, but Georgia Pacific has made a very generous contribution to help students out that can't afford that. And 84 students have taken us up on that, and they do have to pass competency tests to make sure that they're ready for college work. We have a 97% pass rate among these 84 students, and they have saved so far $126,000 in college tuition. Some have done both dual credit and early college. It's very exciting. And checking my time, the nursing program is normally seen as a 2-year program. It's actually a 3-year program because they can't apply to our nursing program until they've taken their first year of prerequisites. And so we have some high school students who are working extremely hard and taking those prerequisites so they can apply for the nursing program right out of high school. This program, and why I'm so passionate about it, I was able to do the same thing in Roseburg with Umpqua Community College. So by the time I graduated from Roseburg High School, I was a sophomore in college, and I got my bachelor's in 3 years and saved myself and my parents a lot of money. So pretty exciting. I wanted to share it with you, like I said, in this public venue. It's great news. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Sheehan Griffiths.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for giving me some time. Um,
Just state your name for.
My name is Shayan Griffiths. In the interest of transparency, until this morning, I was a candidate for position 2, County Commissioner. I was the previous HR director for Lincoln County, and in that position, I served for 4 years with some people that are up on the dais this morning. I wanted to initially come in and make some statements, comments about the process that we were engaging in terms of selecting and appointing a new commissioner. And I applaud and thank both of you commissioners for moving forward with a little more clarity and naming 2 candidates, and hopefully we can move forward in that process. So I had different talking points when I got here than I have right now. I want to make clear that I am not speaking as a last minute grasp of trying to be considered for commissioner. I do really appreciate and honor the process with a couple of caveats. And those being words of caution. When I noticed on February 2nd that the application materials of all 23 applicants had been posted publicly to what appeared to be a county website on Facebook, I was a little concerned. And my first concern was for the potential legal liability to the county for disclosing that information, because legal best practice in HR always complies with maintaining confidentiality of applicant information. Information is never shared until the finalists have been chosen and the finalists have been given the opportunity to contact their current employer so that they don't damage a relationship unnecessarily. My second concern was that there may be people that would fall into that category that had applied for this position. My additional thought was that it would have been that maybe appointing a commissioner was a different process than technical, legal, traditional HR practice. So I was willing to move past that. But then I realized that one of the applicants had dropped out, citing the disclosure as a problem. And I received 2 emails from Ken Lip, the county communications officer, indicating that any information that was shared would come directly from the official website or from himself or Geneva Campitelli. So I kind of understood what was happening at that point. My commentary today is
Your 3 minutes just is up.
okay. I just one more statement, please.
Very quick. Thank you.
Personally, as a taxpayer and a prior departmental director, it's embarrassing and saddening to see this process unfolding in Lincoln County.
Thank you.
Extremely, extremely.
Chris Hutchins.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Dean Hutchins from Otter Rock. Thank you, Commissioner Miller, for attending DA Wallace's town hall on Saturday. Sadly, you were the only commissioner that cared enough about public safety to attend and answer the public's questions. We've heard how one commissioner cannot speak to the elected DA. It is the same commissioner who will not allow DA Wallace to have her staffing issues added to the agenda, although she has requested this multiple times. I'm just wondering how long it's going to be while we get misled with legal information about Oregon state statutes. That's both to the commissioners and to the Lincoln County residents on legal matters. Meetings are canceled without board approval. The commission is being investigated by the Ethics Commission due to bad legal advice. And 4 county employees were slandered. How does this person remain on payroll? Commissioners, do you have any idea how long you're going to allow this to continue? I do have one other question. We're told that both counsel, through her own words at a meeting, and the HR director, through documents signed, they are the administrator. So who exactly is the administrator? Who is actually running this county? Apparently, the county accepted $263,000 for 2 grant positions in the DA's office. You then froze these positions behind closed doors because it didn't happen at any meeting that I attended. And this frozen position went on for 17 months. You refused to fill the positions that you'd taken the money for. So now the counties had to pay the $263,000 back to the state. If this isn't incompetence, I don't know what is. We finally hear that we have at least a $4 million shortfall, but you do not use funds provided by the state that cost Lincoln County taxpayers nothing due to this ridiculous game that is ongoing with the DA's office. The DA still has no detective, so serious cases are getting dismissed as there is no one to track down witnesses and subpoena them. Meanwhile, both of these parties have exceedingly generous salaries paid by our taxpayers. Due to this level of incompetence, I would suggest you ask for their resignations, and today would be a good day to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no further public comment, I'm going to adjourn the meeting at 11:15. Thank you for attending.
Why no public comment? Why can't you have people speak now, Walter?
Thank you. They didn't sign up. I'm adjourning the meeting at 11:15.